for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
Thunderstruck. That's where a lot of people were this weekend after they got to see Atlas Shrugged. Atlas Shrugged. Long awaited. We're going to go ahead and talk about it today. Let me go ahead and I'm so amped up because I just, see this all coming about, and I apologize to Husain for just jumping all over his crap, but he needed it. This third time I've talked to him, we've talked off air, exchanged emails. We've been, and the philosophy of, we're going to negotiate with the very people that are responsible for killing us is a mistake. It never works. And what happens is you find out that the negotiators, the French, collaborators, and the Nazi regime kind of stuff. It's like, well, please, sir, can I have some more freedom? This is not how it's going to go. No. So, this is what we're going to talk about. Atlas Shrugged came out Friday. We went to the 8 o'clock showing. I think it was the last show. And they sold out, most of the day, I think, even the earlier shows. And certainly the 6 and 8 o'clock show, they sold out. And the other ones were, filling over. All of a sudden, now here in Arizona, there's, 3, 4, 5 screens that it's showing on. It's all week. It's all week in Las Vegas now, too. They added Las Vegas. They're going, it's just, ooh, man, we'll see what happens. But it's like 85% viewers in support of it. Only 8% of critics are in support of the movie. Doesn't surprise me. I saw this coming. When you look at the old YouTubes, in fact, we have them, some of them dispersed on Freedom's Phoenix today, of Ayn Rand being interviewed by Mike Wallace back in the 50s and so on, and they're always smoke-filled black and white, video studios. She's there, defending, well, you don't think that we have an entire system based on, being your brother's keeper and taking care of the downtrodden and the welfare state of, and she's going, yeah, that's the problem. Well, you'll have a lot of these progressive web pages and think tanks and so on going, see, this is what she's saying. And we're going, yeah, see, this is what she's said all this time, what was going to happen. It happened, you stupid morons. What do you think was going to happen when you kept slapping upside the head all the people that were responsible for all the production and created the jobs? The people don't own the jobs. They own their labor. You want to collectively bargain and be a union? Yeah, fine. Knock yourself out. I don't care. That's your right. You can say, I won't work. You can say, I won't work, along with a bunch of these other people that won't work. But then what do you do? You got to get the government involved and have them put a gun to the person that created the job and say, you're not allowed to hire anybody else that isn't under our control. And this is a good government? How's this a good government? Who owns that job? It was depicted well in Atlas Shrugged, the movie, and certainly great in the book. I mean, it's almost impossible to compare the movie with the book except by one thing. It was obvious that there were libertarians, objectivists, Randians, whatever, that were responsible for bringing that to the screen because they made absolutely certain that that movie was done in such a way that it evoked the spirit of the book. That it was, they didn't hedge none on it. But, I mean, what Ayn did is that when she wanted to make a point, she made it over and over and over from 15 billion different directions from 30 characters, all in their, characters that supported them and their former roommate's ex-cousin's girlfriend. Whatever. She'd have it come at them from every direction she could to make a point. Well, a couple of scenes, you can make that point. And you have video to do it with. You have a storyline to follow. And they did. They were very successful in doing that. That is why you have these other organizations that base their entire philosophy on the indoctrination of America, the American people, and the planet, that somehow, somewhere, somebody signed or did or committed you to work for somebody else. That your existence was for the collective. That your labor is to support the wishes, desires, and plan of some other central authority, or even the masses, or the people, or whatever the heck excuse they can come up with, to rule you. I give you the Middle East, Bahrain, Egypt, Tunisia, Libya, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Syria, fill in the blankia. Get it? So I'm just, this is coming down. Could it be more timely for this to come out? I don't know. I can think of a lot of time. I've been waiting for this thing to come out for a long time. And hopefully, before we got to this point. But for it to come down right now when the entire economic crisis that she predicted and how and why, all right, fate intervened and said, now's the time, go. And it always works out that way sooner or later anyway. Because you always go, it's like saying, it's always the last place I look, I find something. Well, duh, what'd you do? Keep looking after you found it? So now we're kind of in that situation. We're going to keep trying to get it made, to depict what's going on. Well, it's made. Here it is, So now we get part 2, part 3. But what we're having here is a depiction of what's happening. But more importantly, why? Why? They don't want to talk about why. So I'm going, all right. Let me tell you why. You want to see the future of a culture, of a country, of a world, of a planet, of a species. Find out what is rewarded and what is punished. You'll get more of what's rewarded and less of what's punished. You have people that produce. What do? You got a progressive income tax? Well, I'm sorry. Not only do you got to give up part of your labor to the collective for the downtrodden, the disabled, the dependent, the poor, the whatever fill in the blank excuse you got, and that's always a subjective definition by those that got less than you. What it basically comes down to is that, well, we need to give to what? Those that have less than you do. Or you're not smart enough to distribute your fruits of your labor, so we're going to do it for you because you're a freaking moron because we said so, because we voted. All right. So you're going to punish people. The more productive they are, the more successful they are, the more they've accumulated to give to the next generation or their children or their grandchildren, the more that they busted their butt, that they haven't been sitting on the couch watching TV, or they were able to and they had the mind. They were given a gift. It was their gift, not yours. And what did they do? They produced. Boom! Not allowed to produce. Not allowed to be more productive. Not allowed to be able to make more. Not allowed to be able to have and accumulate and what. You got to redistribute. Oh, then why the hell am I doing this? You go to the people on the other side that are the recipients, the looters, the moochers, the plunderers. And they go, gimme. And I'm going to vote with all my other buddies here to say gimme. And I got this guy advocating gimme. All right. How much work are you going to do? How much innovation, invention, ingenuity, all the positive good traits that used to be associated with the American way, whatever the heck that is, it was industriousness, making, producing, creating, molding, doing whatever's even of value to you. What happens is in an artistically creative environment like that, there's a lot that is to you. There's a lot that you get out of it personally. And it might be economically. And you're punished for it. Punished. Oh, man, we'll be right back. We're going to talk about this more. I'm going to vent all day long.